Hello, I'm the Guitar Geek and welcome to Katana Tone Tuesday! Supermassive Black Hole, Muse. This one has been requested a million times and I'm finally doing it, and it's fuzzy as hell, which means I love it. The Katana does an okay job of fuzz. I'm quite impressed by the digital fuzz that's in there. So I'm going to play you the riff, or a version of the riff. I can't play the real riff because I'll get demonetized, and then we can pull apart the preset and see what happens and how I made it. SG, middle position, volume tones, all to max. Okay, that's not the real riff, but that's a kind of flavor of what the original riff sounds like. Put this down and we'll go to the Katana Tone Studio. First thing is the amp section. I'm on the crunch amp. Gain around halfway, I've backed it off a little bit. Adjust this for your guitar because your guitar is going to be different to mine. However, volume on the channel is way up because the Katana tends to sound better when you've got the channel volume all the way up, and then you control the main volume with the master and the power section, power control. Equalizer, bass at 0. Now you might be watching this thinking that guitar sounds very thin, but those frequencies that are used by that bass knob are taken up by the bass guitar in this song. So without bass guitar, it does sound a little bit thin, but if you're playing it in a band, the bass owns that section. If you're playing it alone, then feel free to dial in some of that bass so it gives you a bit more fullness and a bit more trouser flapping. Middle is around halfway, and treble I've backed off because the digital fuzz can sound a little bit harsh, and I've warmed it up and creamed it up a little bit by backing off those high frequencies. On next to the booster, which, yep, you guessed it, is a 60s fuzz. I tried them off, it's too dark. I tried the, octave fuzz, and it's got an octave on it, so no good. It does sound cool though. Drive just over halfway, tone just after halfway. That's bringing in some of those frequencies that I cut out with the treble up here. Bottom's backed off again to get rid of that bass end that the bass guitar occupies. Effect level around 50%, and direct mix is at 0. Next up is a compressor, the Boss compressor, sustain. I didn't actually change that, it was already set like that and I quite liked it. So there's your settings for the compressor. That levels out all those notes to give you a nice sort of uniform sound. Then, finally, is the key ingredient to this patch. It is the noise suppressor. Because Matt Bellamy from Muse uses a ZVEX fuzz factory which has a gate on it, and this noise suppressor is acting like a gate at this point because those fuzz notes are nice and clean. Fuzzy, but hang on, no, the notes aren't clean, the spaces between the notes are nice and clean. I'll give you an example. Here's the patch with the noise suppressor turned on. Let's turn the noise suppressor off. You get an instant amp hiss, of course, but I'm also getting all these hand noises. Now the riff sounds a little more sloppy, a little less good. Okay, I played it quite cleanly then, let's turn it back on. But my point is that it will pick up your hand noises with... See? Cleaner riff, loads of fuzz, silence when you need it. Go to the video description down below, and in there is a link so that you can go to my Patreon page and download the file. It does link to Patreon, but you do not have to support me on Patreon to download this preset. It's absolutely free, and Katana Tone Tuesday will always be free to you. If you're over at Patreon and you decide to hover over the support button or whatever it is button, then I'll be very happy with that. Thank you very much. Helps me keep smiling, keep playing. Leave me a comment down below saying my black hole is supermassive baby. That's a lot, but it'll confuse the people that haven't watched this far in the video, and they'll ask why everyone's writing that. Show me that you've seen this much. Thanks very much. You can watch some more Katana Tone Tuesday presets here on one of the things that's clicking around the screen. There's a subscribe button if you want it, and there's also a t-shirt button, so you can buy yourself a Guitar Geek t-shirt. That's Katana Tone Tuesday for this week. I will see you in another video. I'm the Guitar Geek. Bye bye.